Okay.
Yellow friends. Hi, friends.
Oh, hi. Hello. We're back, and I'm in an echoey ass room. That's because I moved, and this is my new soon to be office. As you can see, I have a mini fridge full of all the adult bevies. But let's go ahead and recap. I cut them off at the worst possible time,
He
which
always
is
does that though.
Quick note, quick thing. We redesigned our layout on stream. Tell us what you guys think of how we look now.
that's
Anyway,
true.
okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
No, that's fine. No, you're right. We did redesign our layout, mainly for copyright reasons. You know, we don't want to get into some legal trouble now that we actually have ads and make money on our stream. We're not trying to, poach anyone's creative property. So we're using our own. So from there, again, I cut you guys off at the worst possible time. And, I think without further ado, without any formal introductions, why don't we just jump right back into it?
I believe it was our favorite roguish fighter that had the scene last.
Yep.
Quote unquote
As
resident bitch.
and Koresh stood outside, and Koresh and Az had bonded on the 3 month time skip that we did a little bit as she taught them some roguish things, and Koresh had learned a bit of Az's story and understood why she was so uncomfortable being within the household. So where we left off, they were outside having a bit of a conversation. They're like, "Hey, you don't have to be this way." She's like, "Yeah, well, I am. So what do you want me to do?" And I believe where we had left off was them talking
Koresh
about
and Az were outside having a conversation about what Koresh had recently learned about Az and how that could be affecting her actions right now.
Yes.
yeah, but I believe the thing had been he was telling her to let them go. And she was like, "Well, what if holding on is the only way that I can keep my own family alive?"
Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. Max. It doesn't mean you don't think about them. It doesn't mean you don't miss them. It just means that you understand that there really isn't anything you can do about it. And while that sounds dark and dreary and in all manner of ways it really fucking is, you have to accept the fact that it's gone. I sat there and I watched what I thought was my brother get his head cleaved off in the middle of the town square for everybody to fucking watch. And I sat there and I did nothing. You at least tried to do something. And as much as you may consider yourself to be a raving bitch, you're a better person than I in a great many ways. So when I tell you to let it go, I'm not saying let go of the good times and let go of the happy things they brought you, but I am saying is let go in a sense that you let them lay to rest. I'm sure if they were looking at you right now, they would not be blaming you for any of the things that have happened. Meanwhile, I can't say the same about my brother. I cannot hear you at all.
Microphones.
life,
We're getting used to
everyone.
our new microphones. It's okay.
I'm gonna shove it right here, and we'll be fine. Right here. You might be right. Not exactly something I'm going to be changing in the next minute. It's
No,
not like we'll be here for much longer anyway.
and I'm not expecting you to change quickly. I'm not expecting this to be a ripped off band-aid. This is not a simple fix. There's no remedy, there's no cure for grief. But just as a note, seems grief goes hand in hand with most of the people in this group. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to tell them. I'm not saying you have to expose yourself. But the option is there that the world doesn't just have to be on your shoulders.
Don't think about it.
Can't hear
Who's this fucking microphone? He does not want to cooperate with me today. I need to just I don't know. Can you hear me now?
you.
No, barely.
Yeah, it's like it's not picking up the volume.
Check your game.
Is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. I don't know what's going on with this thing anymore.
I think it's the whispered tone of voice that's doing it more than
How
anything.
she talk? Think about it. That's all I can promise.
That's all I need.
Kind of gestures dramatically back inside. Go on in before people start questioning things. I don't want them to think I've killed you already.
I don't think they're assuming jack shite yet. I mean, if you haven't noticed, these people have quite a sunny disposition to life. And they will go inside.
Okay, as you walk inside, you still see everyone just kind of scarfing down their food, and you finally see Haliki walking down the staircase after about 3 days worth of sleep.
Well, she was practically traumatized and nearly swallowed by a living weapon and everything else. So it doesn't that goes par for the course.
Yeah, it tracks. Yeah, totally.
You know, it's hard work.
Hard work being small.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, Ramanor's parents smile at her entering again, as well as Koresh. And they just kind of gesture to the food, and they know something's kind of up. She was gone last night, she walked out today, so they kind of know something's going on, but they'll wait to address that.
However, Korish will not wait to go up to that food and just start scarfing.
Yeah,
Food is prepared.
Heliki has not noticed any kind of underlying tension or anything happening because she's been asleep. So, you know, she's just rolling with it at this point, being like, you know, everybody's kind of weird here, and I'm kind of used to that. So,
Connor's
We love the weird.
just doing this exact thing. He's just looking over. Nods. Food. That's it.
All right. Well, as you guys go to sit around the table, Ramanor's family just kind of allows you guys to sit down. As Connor, everyone around the table really can tell that regardless of their easygoing and loving demeanor, you can tell that they're all pretty sharp. You can tell that each one of them is a strong warrior, priest, fighter, whatever they are in their own regard. And they just allow you to be a part of their family, be a part of their just morning breakfast ritual. What are we thinking? What does everybody want to do next?
Probably leave after breakfast to get on the road.
Okay.
Still eating fish like a scary pelican.
You're just jumping onto the table and you're like using your tongue to lop it all up. Say what
Listen,
that tongue do.
I haven't been near coastal lines in fucking forever. I could fucking die on this shite.
Say what that tongue do.
A lot, if you ask him. If you ask him nicely, a lot.
Eat fish. We're gonna stick to that.
Ellie, she's just like pulling out a good berry from her pocket and just nibbling on the berry, like, I'm not touching that table.
None of that in this good wild mother household.
I'm just letting y'all know, like, Koresh is just a short motherfucker. So it literally just looks like a scene out of Gremlins. Instead of a gremlin, it's just a big fucking tailed dragonborn just like scarfing down shit. Every so often somebody tries to put a hand there, it's
So he turned into a kobold while I was sleeping.
Let me roll something real quick. Actually.
You're gonna oh no.
Oh
Okay.
no. Glad
Chorus.
we're on the same
Yeah.
wavelength.
Ramanor's father looks to you and he just says, you don't have to hold that dragonborn form. We're not unused to changelings around these parts.
What? like it just turns and like kind of like stops and shrinks. What?
And he continues on. He's like, are you they, he, or she? What are your pronouns?
Aw.
And there's like a bit of a narrow glance for a second before you sort of see just the quick, and it's almost like certain parts of the skin flip, almost like a Mystique sort of deal, where like as she changes, like the skin almost like turns inside out to become whatever, and just this white near translucent skin, the platinum blonde hair, and just these two little pink spheres in their eyes. It's just them. Sorry for the deception. Not too many take kindly to changelings where I'm from.
He chuckles and he says, I wouldn't call it much of a deception.
Haliki is confused. She thought she was traveling with a mini kobold, but okay. She's
It's
just gonna take
so now with this like the form changing, it almost just looks like a more healthy golem standing over this fish, but now like, oh shit, I've been caught. And they're just gonna like slowly step down off the table and just kind of like
Ramanor's older sister kind of walks up with just more food. Is like, seems like you all are hungry, and just kind of lays more onto the table.
Connor's just slowly eating, not taking everything in stride, not really doing much else. But he does actually just goes like, so do we go to Cowwitch first to find out about what we found on the brigands, or we'll continue going south to the Phoenix Feather? Or would it just say screw it all and try to find something else? Because I believe those are the two things that are currently on our roster.
Well, I mean, we all know what my vote would be, but I'm also of the persuasion that wherever the fuck we go, we're gonna end up in the same results no matter what time we take. I mean, we've already waited 3 months. I don't think my brother's going anywhere just yet. And we haven't had any encounter with those, oh, feck, what were they called? Debt collectors, the Fae bitches.
Heliki just kind of gives him a bit of a glance and then puts the rest of the berries that she had been ready to hand over to share with the fish back in her little bag.
Not
And
you,
then
Faye. Not you,
springs.
Faye. Okay, can we just also understand that changelings also count as Fae beings? They are actually Fae beings. They're just
They are.
all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
not
She's also
fi-
been stuck in like a facility for like 3 months with no outside contact with like anyone.
Fair.
So
Fair.
you can see how she's just a bit like, oh god, here we go. It's
Yeah,
a bit
fairies would have Fae ancestry, just like
Yes.
just like
Changelings.
elves. But
Yeah.
changelings, I would say, come directly from the Fae wilds.
Yeah, and then like any that have like left the Fae wilds, they can have children in the natural,
Yep.
in the prime material.
Yep.
Which is funny because Ramanor hasn't tried to fucking smite him to the fucking home plane yet. So
Well, that's because Koresh hasn't proven to be malicious.
true.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, no matter what we do, we're walking into some sort of perilous danger. I'm sure we're not gonna have seen the last of those demi-liches and all those fuckers from last night. I'm down for wherever the fuck we're going. At this point, I'm just along for the ride, and I supply comedy and or death.
Can I get a no vote on the death and a yes vote on the comedy? For me personally. Like
Oh, you're not death for us. I supply death for the assholes.
I would just like to vote that I don't die. Please.
I can agree to those terms.
Connor would have actually choked on that as he was gonna start laughing.
Okay. Well,
I nearly did.
You guys start to talk out what you guys want to do, and as you guys are all kind of inching upwards out of your seats and towards the door, I have no idea what Riley has planned for Ramanor's mom. So, Riley, you can take the dungeon master seat for the next couple seconds.
Oh boy. Okay, so everybody gets up, goes to the door. Romanor's mom, after speaking quietly with Romanor's dad and Romanor a little bit, stops Azurus and looks at the rest of the group. Can I have just like a couple minutes with her? I'd like to just talk to her if I can.
As gives Koresh a look like, God, please save me.
Okay. Connor's just gonna walk out.
Korish is gonna sit there for a second.
Flop.
So Korish is gonna sit there for a second, and like just mentally with the Dragonborn telepathy, because at this point they would have changed back, because that's just the normal stance for him. Listen, you know how to get a hold of me, and I have a dimension door ready, post haste, but I would advise giving it a shot, please.
Just gives him a look like, you traitor.
I'm not a traitor. I fucking told you this outside.
Connor was
That squinty, like, how dare you look.
Connor would have just waved, like, I'll be outside. Heads outside, waves.
Yeah, Haliki just leaves a little berry in her lap and kind of like gives a little wave, like, here, I'm helping. As
I'm
best
helping.
as best I possibly can. You said help me. I am helping you. Or at least your face said help me. So, you know, like, this is all I know.
She has a point.
I would work you with like a lesser restoration, but I feel like you're not the kind of person who would take my boot happily. So just take a berry. I will, yes.
As just kind of like looks up at the mother and nods and sticks the berry in a pocket.
Once everybody leaves, they're kind of alone. I mean, the family kind of goes about doing their own thing. They're not paying attention to the conversation. It's just kind of her and Az. No, I don't know what kind of life you've had. I know a lot of people struggle with a lot of things. Talking a little bit with my husband and with Romanor, it kind of just seems like we deal with a lot. I noticed last night you didn't come in for dinner, or at least you got your dinner and you left, and you kind of did that this morning. Just want you to know that no matter what your home life was like or is or anything like that, you're part of our family. All of you are. If you need some place to stay, some place to get food, to rest, to do anything while you guys are out on the road, this place is completely open to you, okay? We have quite a large family in just our blood, but everyone here in this town is family to us. And anybody who's out there with my son, they're family too. So I hope you can take that from us and kind of accept it. I mean, you don't have to. I know everybody's their own way, but want to offer that.
He's quiet for a solid few seconds and just trying to like find out how she properly wants to respond to this. And surprisingly enough, for as she manages a decently non-aggressive or passive-aggressive response. More or less respectful for the woman. Just and without looking at her, like she cannot seem to manage to level her eyes with Romanor's mother's face. Just can't. And speaks kind of quietly. I appreciate the offer and sentiment, and it does not surprise me at all knowing your son for as long as I have. Did and am again. It gets complicated.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
So
You guys can handle that, no problem.
time travel was right here. That was me, not
My dog is trying to walk into the room.
but I have already failed and lost one. I'd like to not make that mistake again. So,
In that case, just remember, no matter what happens, no matter where or what is going on, even if you lost them, you never truly did. At least it's our belief, everyone gets put back into nature. You have your family. They're always watching over you. Whether it be from the heaven that they want to join, or if they believed in nature, they're back in nature. They're there. They love you, they care for you, and they don't blame you for any of it. But that doesn't mean you have to change. You don't have to be any different around me than you are around everyone else. We want you to be you. If you are a bit crass, that's fine. You don't care. That's who you are. But where your heart lies is what matters. And I know that our heart, my entire family, everyone that we care about, it lies with you. So be safe. Ramanor's learned some new things, so he can probably help you a little more now. But keep my baby boy safe, okay?
Life.
And she kind of just claps her on the shoulder and kind of moves her towards the door.
He follows.
Have a good adventure. And like opens the door, like moves her out. And the rest of the family comes and joins outside. And kind of as the group walks away, they all wave with smiles.
All right, so as you guys begin to walk away, what is our decision? Where are you guys headed? Towards the Phoenix Feathers?
I mean, I'm down if we're going that direction. I don't know what the rest of the group wants right now.
Right now, that's the only thing you really have, right?
Well, no, technically it's not. We found out that the Demoliches actually are using ores from Cowich.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that.
Right. Lich bitches, we can find whatever this Phoenix shenaniganry is. Or pull some more stunts with Fae deals.
Listen, we still need to find that Fae, kill him, and actually undo our contracts.
Well, if that's
Did you do a contract?
Oh, hold on, wait. Let me clarify.
Oh, the only
We
one that seems to regret it.
apparently agreed to something without knowing we agreed to something until they came for payment.
I mean, that is how the Fae work. So this makes perfect sense. You didn't tell him your name, did you?
No. Did I?
Are you sure?
Didn't ask for our names and we didn't give them.
Are you sure? Because you might not remember anything.
They already know our names.
Oh yeah, no, he came up and actually knew our names. Yeah, that's it.
Your real names? Your whole real names?
Yes.
Oh, you're
well,
screwed.
I mean, they don't know mine.
He had Koresh's first and last name, and that was it.
But that is not
Kind
Koresh's
of like
real
eyes
name,
Koresh
funnily
really,
enough. So,
really
Yeah.
fussy.
Az just kind of was like, okay, everybody shut up. Here's what happened. Fae fucker came for us, asked for deals, whatever made. I made mine. I'm content with what happened. Kona, however, I mean, you weren't very charming to begin with, and then you just lost more of it. He's the only one that seems to regret it. They tried one on Koresh. I ate the contract. Koresh isn't
Ate it?
exactly. I ate the contract. We're not going to talk about that. And Romanov tried to kill him.
I said
Are
no.
you- by the way, just as a question there, we still haven't filled them in on the fun side effects of you eating my contract, have we?
So, quick question for it actually. Because Ramanor's name is a given name by outside people, what would that mean? That's his real name, or is there like a silent real name we don't know?
I would say that there's a silent real name that we don't know.
Okay.
All right.
So that's two people that they thought they had the real names of and they actually don't. So, I mean, that's fucking great for us.
Unless they're here to get your real names,
As-
just find them. And she kind of like shrinks even further, and she's like, "You don't know me." And shrinks even smaller. You never met me. Shrinks again. I will stay small and out of the way.
Az looks down at her and just darling, if you're going to stay with us, you're going to have to be a lot braver than that, knowing the things that we face. And then she looks at Koresh and points. And if you ever give anyone, especially if they my name, I will personally murder.
Why would I give them your fucking name, lass?
And
I
she
have no fucking
pipes
thing
up,
to gain from it.
Tyleki pipes up from the
An
ground.
idiot.
That's a fair call.
You know, we could just take care of this like once and for all. I mean, if you really think about it, we have a bunch of people that we can basically lay out as fucking bait for the Fae. Me especially.
Heliki, give me a wisdom check.
Absolutely.
As you're doing that, Az turns to Connor and Raminor and just, by the way, and uses one of the charges of the split changeling trait and turns into a copy of obviously a smaller Raminor.
That's an 11.
There's a neat spell.
I can't do the Raminor voice, but in Raminor voice, just looks up at him. It's not a spell. I'm
Connor's gonna walk
like
up
this
to her
now.
and just poke her.
It feels like furball fur. Like it's legit. This isn't like disguised self or something. It's not an illusion.
Huh.
And then he's gonna pinch skin just also to be sure. He's just like,
Just smack him upside the head.
nah, it's really her. It's really her.
She'll just get this grin. She's just gonna like tromp like this, like I'm Raminor and I'm big and I drink milk.
Raminor picks her up
Ah!
and puts her on his shoulders.
As you like lift her up, she's like, you know, letting out a string of curses in Elvish and just wriggles.
Now you're really Raminor. You're pretty tall too.
Just like grabs his head awkwardly.
Double Raminor.
Okay.
Reaches up
Heliki.
and brings her back down.
Heliki. With your 11, you have slight memory of a portal to the Feywilds that stays open consistently. If you walk through somewhere to the south, you'll end up in the Feywilds.
Oh.
That's what you're able to remember.
Bringing the fight to them. Oh,
All right,
God.
mission for Raminor to close that portal. Now we go.
Well, no.
She kind of like remembers this and looks around, but she hasn't really had a chance to feel super connected with everybody yet. So I don't think she's gonna share that right now. She's gonna
Okay.
onto
Perfectly
that
fair.
information right now, and until she feels like she can trust somebody with that, because there are other innocent Fae in the Feywild that are not the Fae that messed with them, and she needs to assess that she's not dragging people around that are just gonna, you know, murder everyone and or her, because like you saved her, but did you save her? Does she now belong to you? She doesn't know.
I feel like
Right.
Raminor and Haliki would have gotten a little bit of a bond while over the 3 months he was training, because she was there the whole time.
Yeah.
So, like, back to what I was saying though, we do have, you know, perfect fucking bait to maybe lure out some of these debt collectors. Now, I am willing, but we have to know what the fuck we're going up against, because the last time it was a fucking sea hag, and that's no joke.
While you're thinking about what you're going up against and maybe researching, maybe we should get the feathery things. I'm good with
And-
animals.
And you see, like Korish's face just kind of like, just a bit, just simply just due to like not knowing whether or not they are comfortable dealing with possible familial ties just yet. If that's what we want to do, I won't say no. However, I don't think an actual phoenix is involved. It's more of a closer tie than that.
Honey, did you
And just
think
like a
about it?
long string of silence, like just trying to process.
She has
and
that
as-
really uncomfortable 1,000 years
As walks
stare.
over, still looking.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Shag.
I think we're losing them.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're fine.
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe it's Shaq.
No, I can't hear Riley either.
Did I fix it?
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Sorry. As that's going on, as still looking like Raminor walks over to Koresh and just kind of on the top of the head, not like doing damage or anything, just kind of use your words. You're about in Raminor voice. It's gonna be very entertaining hearing Raminor's voice saying the bullshit that Az says.
Right. Well, right. Listen, this debt collector apparently has ties to the seemingly the only family that I thought I didn't have anymore. I keep
Then we go and find your family.
something doesn't feel right about it though. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't seem. I saw it. I saw it happen with my own two eyes. Why in the fuck would we trust? And they kind of look over to Halinki. Not all Fae, but why would we trust this Fae? And if this voice that sounds like my brother is connected to the Fae, who's to say a Fae isn't doing it themselves?
And we find out and punish them for daring.
And
Take
Hallie,
the
he
voice
kind of
over
like
there.
shrugs and says, the Fae have strange views on things, and they tell a lot of truths in their tiny little lies. Or they tell a lot of lies in their tiny little truths, depending on which Fae you have. So, you know, you won't know until you go.
She kind of pokes them in the chest. There is even the faintest chance that one of us here, who's lost all that we have, has a chance to recover something. Isn't that something we should do? Also, I'm bored and I would like something to stab. Preferably the Fae that took my last breath.
And Koresh is gonna like sit there and think for a second before slowly pulling out one of the daggers that Az gave them and just like spinning it in their hands. And you see like this violet arcane like energy just kind of like dance along the dagger before just gripping the handle. You know what? If they are impersonating him, then they don't deserve a tongue to speak with. If we want to take on the Phoenix Feathers, I guess I'm ready.
All right. So, if I'm hearing you guys correctly, you guys are trying to hunt down these collectors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
or at least
Heliki-
find the next feather.
Okay. Well, Hiliki has not told you about that portal that she kind of remembers about. So
Yeah.
the only option in my mind would be to look for that next feather, right?
Yeah, that's what we were kind of going for. And I remember it was something in the mountains.
That's
yeah,
in the crags.
yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the crags.
And I
I'm
think
gonna say it's
that
throwing
depending-
chocolate at me.
Good woman. A good woman.
For
Um,
her, it'll be dependent on how this feather hunting goes. Like, getting to know everyone a little bit better will determine whether or not she's like, hey, by the way, I remember there was a portal.
okay. You remember actually. Just roll a flat D20 for me, Koresh. I want to see how well you remember that last feather check.
Come on, don't fuck me now. If you do, at least do it nicely. That's a 19.
Oh, you clearly remember a picture of a snowy mountain range.
Hmm.
The mountain is painted blue with ice while there's a powdery dust sitting up at the top. And when picturing this, you can even hear the faint steps of something giant, something humongous in the background.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's in the crags, but given what that last feather decided to show us, we may want to be prepared for certain larger than life issues, if you catch my meaning.
Like women or big?
Like what?
Like women or big?
Bigger than that.
Probably bigger than that.
Ash just
Our eyes
shrugs.
just become big like saucers. There's bigger than that.
Ash just shrugs. We've dealt with some massive things in the 10 years.
Yeah, you remember, Koresh, the name of this place being Margansid Crags.
What was this?
Margansid Crags.
Margansid?
Margansid. It ends with a D. It's really tough, actually. It's Margathizd.
Jeez, you said that so fast. Listen, I'm dumb. I'm not.
Just
I'm
call
sorry.
it the Crags. We'll just call it the Crags.
The crags.
Little cracks.
The supercalifragilisticexpialidocious crags.
And the Crags are even further to the south.
We're gonna be going quite a ways. So
You're currently in the gnarled woods, so you would have to. Who wants to give me a history check to see?
I gotcha.
All right, cool. To see if you know the most optimal route to take.
We're gonna do the old Ramanor history check and beat everybody. Watch.
we're all making a history check.
No, that is a 3.
Everyone, meet Rita.
Aw, so cute.
Hold on, I can't see. I want to see Doge. Hi, puppers.
All right,
That
give
is
me
a
rolls.
20.
I
Dirty.
already got-
It's a 12.
I got like a
12.
7, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connor, you remember pretty well that if you go past where you guys came through towards the Lake of the Nine Gods and continue past there, you'll actually go through the city of Thumor, which has a safe passage to the crags.
Yeah, he's gonna start walking like, yeah, we gotta go all the way back past the our little meet the gods session on our way here to hit Thumor in order to get over to the crags.
You know, that one didn't seem so bad, did it? I mean, it tried to lure us, but I mean, at least it didn't try to fucking jump out and eat us afterwards. Can we just, like, avoid it?
I'm gonna ignore it if I hear it again.
You guys could, I'd say that since all of you, I think besides Haliki, are privy to what's going on at that lake, you can succeed that saving throw it would take, basically just by choice, because you know the little trick now.
Yeah.
Alice
Definitely
doesn't know
telling Haleki
anything
what
because
happened.
she didn't see anything and was
Oh, that's
confused why
true.
everyone was talking to nothing.
Connor would-
Everyone's like, why are you talking to the wild mother? Why are you talking to the trickster? I'm not talking to the trickster. I'm talking to Emryd. She's like, who the fuck are you all talking to? There's nothing there.
Connor would have
My party
explained what
is-
happened.
Yeah,
least what
I
he
think
thought.
everybody
She
would have
still doesn't believe that there's anything there and that they were all just having a psychotic episode.
Yeah, all at the same time.
Yes.
For
That's
me,
fine.
that would
Mass
probably be
hallucination.
canon.
Even though Connor doesn't actually do anything except drink.
Mass hallucination.
Doesn't necessarily need to be on drugs, my friend.
Oh, I know, but still.
Could have been a gas in the air or something.
For Koresh, a psychotic breakdown might be canon. They're not full there.
That lake where we're going.
Like past it, yeah.
No, we're going past the lake. We're going
If she knows they're going past the lake, she's going to be like, none of you follow whatever, anything you think you see or hear, because I'm not ready to deal with you talking to the air again.
Heliki, do you worship any gods?
She would worship, I would think, Myliki, nature goddess.
Okay, cool.
Heliki, Maliki, yeah, it sounds right.
Okay.
And token atheist. Well, no, she's not
Okay.
even an atheist. She believes in the gods. She just doesn't follow them.
Once
That's fair.
again.
Okay.
Once again, Connor would tell Hiliki what happened.
Okay, great. So, Hiliki, you have knowledge that you're going to pass by this somewhat large body of water, and you will hear the voice of your goddess calling to you. But you will probably be able to recognize that that is probably not your goddess that's calling to you. And it's
Ramanor
probably
does
trying to
share.
make a deal.
Ramanor does share that it's a fae.
Fujoy, Morphe. And as is by now, as again.
And what is the point? What is its purpose? What does it want that it calls in the voices of people's deities?
I don't know. I didn't really ask it. The moment that
I don't-
realized what it did, I was just like, I'm out of here.
I don't think we want to know. Very, very likely we don't want to know what it wants from us.
Ford, you made a flesh pedestrian. I hope you know that.
Huh?
You made a flesh pedestrian.
A flesh pedestrian?
Don't say the real name. It's a bad
Yeah.
idea. Old First Nation stuff. Don't mess with it.
I don't know what that is. All right, cool.
Basically,
think
bad
it's
thing that changes into other things that lures people into the woods. Bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haliki is just confused that none of you asked it what it wanted. So she's
As
couldn't
couldn't see it.
She's just
Listen, Connor's gonna be
agreeing
like,
because y'all are very sure that we're not talking to it and we're not engaging with it. So she's like, all right, I won't do the thing because you're all telling me not to do the thing. But she kind of wants to know what it wants.
Does it talk to the rest of them? Do the rest of them hear it this time? The ones that believe, the ones who heard it before.
The what? I'm sorry.
Does everyone
So
hear
as
it?
we pass, is it only Heliki hearing it, or is it talking to the others again?
Oh, everyone will still hear it, but they'll know that it's not their god.
Yeah.
And as
So-
was like, I hate this, and I want to not go near that empty space again.
Haliki's gonna like reach out with her telepathy and just be like, but what do you actually want?
Oh.
Because the Fae in her wants to know if she can craft a Fae deal with the Fae that seems to be trying to mess with people.
Okay. I don't think there needs to be a role tied to this. Actually, yes, there needs to be a role. I need you to persuade it to tell you its true motive. Give me a
Okay.
persuasion roll.
Oh, good lord.
A bad time.
The most dramatic music just started playing on my headphones exactly as you said that.
Nope.
What
That'd
is
be a
it?
9.
I just want to talk.
Liar.
Can Ramanor try?
Sure.
Can she insight that though? I mean,
You can
she's
insight
doing
it. Yeah, you can give me an insight check.
it telepathically, so she's not like giving anything away.
Any of you
Hey,
says
that's
anything
better.
out loud, you're gonna have an as in your face.
What's the insight?
That's a 19 for insight.
Okay, the 19 tells you that they want much more than just to talk.
Yes. Okay.
Ramanor will reach out with his mind and ask what it
Are all the
wants.
telepathics about to just start
Try-
talking?
Dude,
Well,
okay,
he's not telepathic, but the telepathic bond's already there because it's reaching out
Yeah,
telepathic.
okay, Ramanor. For you, since you want to kill it, just your inner urge wants to kill it.
Inner urge is not to kill
If
it;
you're
it's to get it
oath-
back to its original place.
Okay.
He
You
wants
can
to eat
either
it.
roll persuasion or intimidation.
Persuasion. God damn it! That was such a low roll. 13.
13. It says to be more than I am.
Oh.
Hmm. Romanor's really wishing he had the. He had the.
The lasso of truth.
Oh, I mean, that would be nice.
We're
That
gonna
would be
turn
nice.
Ramanor into Wonder Woman.
No, the banishment spell. He really wishes he had it. He doesn't.
All right. Does anyone
Ramanor
else
will
want to try?
Continue walking and
Okay.
ignore.
I will. Just for shits and giggles. Let's
All
let
right.
the telepathic, charismatic dragonborn do some shit.
Yeah. Give me a persuasion roll.
All right, first it's like, hey, listen, one fae to another, no judgment or anything, but, you know, you're kind of invoking the imagery of a very powerful archfey, by trying to be the traveler, and then you're also invoking a lot of gods, and that can lead to a lot of trouble for someone like you. If you have something you want, might be able to help you if, you know, you're willing to cooperate with us, and I will roll.
What's your roll?
Oh my god, it's cocked though. On the page it's cocked, but it rolls a 2. So that's an 8.
If it's cocked, roll it again. I'll let you roll it
Okay.
again. I'll be nice.
That is a 16.
It like you can feel it like writhing in its own mind, and it says, we all want to achieve godhood, and we all need followers to do that.
Oh,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because they're all doing this with their minds, right?
Yeah.
But like, what is happening externally? Did all of them just like stop and stare awkwardly at the lake, and we're just
Yes, exactly. So what you see is
Kylie is staring at your companion, though. She's not staring at the lake. She's scritching your companion and staring at you.
you see Koresh and Ramanor perk their backs up and turn their necks towards the Lake of the Nine Gods.
as is going
Just
to
stop.
immediately go up to Koresh and poke them in the nose. Don't talk to it. Don't talk to it. Don't talk to it. Don't talk to it.
As we all know I have a silver tongue. Just give me a second. I'm gonna figure out what it wants. And then if I don't like it, we just fucking leave. I'm not planning on staying here. Trust me. I got this.
We're trying to get rid of a fae that's trying to fuck with us. Why are you trying to talk to a different one?
Because not all fae are actually trying to actively hunt us.
I know that. Look at
Perhaps-
that one. And she points at Haliki, who's having the time of her life with Katai. Like, look, you think
but
I
listen.
don't know that?
But as think about it this way: if we can learn from other fae, possibly who have knowledge of the ones who are trying to fuck with us, wouldn't it be worthwhile to get that information?
You didn't ask me.
You die. I would kill you myself.
I'm not gonna die. We've all proven that I'm immortal until proven otherwise. So,
Kylie kind of just side eyes him at that, like, you're clearly asking for death, and just continues to scritch companion very happily.
so Koresh is going to again. Well, all right, but let me ask you this, and listen. I have a bit of a pull with PR, all right? I can make you look good, but what I need from you is to stop pretending to be something you're not. And if you want followers, if you want godhood, if you want to attain something like that, you gotta develop your own brand. You can't just ride the coattails of someone else. Like, that's just fucking terrible idea to try and become a god. Come on,
try
get-
and
tell-
like
tell
become
me
the
something.
PR team
Give me-
for this Fae, trying to become a god. Are we
No.
becoming a PR firm?
Just wait. So listen, how about this? You don't have to tell me your real name, one Fae to another, and I'm not going to tell you mine, because fuck that. But a title, maybe. Something that displays your... what's the word? Your own panache, your own display of power. Give me something. Give me something to work with here.
All you hear in the back of your mind is Wave Finder.
Wave or Wayfinder?
Wave. W-A-V-E.
So of course, waves, you know, the water. Okay. So what exactly is your speciality? What makes you such an imposing figure that somebody would want to worship you? What do you have to offer them?
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe you're trying to do PR for this Fae.
You can hear him scribbling. Like he's like, yeah, that makes sense.
You are running brand management for a Fae.
Listen, when you're a musician, you have to be your own PR team if you don't have the right people. So I mean, you got to do some shit. Anyway,
he says, I can control bodies of water.
Can we all hear this, or is this just for Resh?
Koresh.
Aw,
right. So
good, because that's what the bits are.
So listen. If you can control water, let me ask you: can you purify water? Can you make undrinkable water drinkable? Can you maybe supply fish aplenty, make it bountiful, something that people would want to worship you for? Are you
like, well,
Did you just ask him if he's Jesus?
maybe?
I said, well, I've never tried. And then you could sit and he's like, oh, it happened. The water's pure.
All right. Now do me a favor. If you can control that, bring that over here, and just like he's gonna like pull out a vial. They're gonna pull out a vial and just like put it in here, and just let me see it. Just so that way I have some way of confirming, and then we can continue this.
Okay, all of you watch Koresh just in his mind, like he's like fumbling around himself. He pulls out like an empty vial and opens it, and then just faces it towards the lake and waits like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
What
nothing.
in
Nothing?
the fuck are you doing?
And then you
Just
see,
trust me.
you see what looks to be a bony, almost amphibious creature with blue skin approach him and then drop water into the vial and then disappear into the fog.
Okay.
We just had the best thing to comment in stream. Deja vu roll. Y'all accidentally made a god.
okay, so hold on. Okay, now see this? See this? What I want you to do, all right? Use that title. That's a strong title, by the way. I'm not even gonna front with you. That was catchy, and you could definitely make some real work with it. And
Oh man, I really wish you guys did this before your three-month thing, because there'd be a whole city that would worship the Wayfinder.
make yourself. Here's what I'm gonna say. Make yourself more available to people as yourself, all right? And by the way, that look could actually work for you, because if you are the wave finder, but you could also be the person of supplying what is needed at desperate moments. You come to people at those times where they don't have the water to keep them alive or the food to keep aplenty. So, the next poor sucker that comes around, you show yourself and you offer the food. No deal, and just wait.
Okay,
Just
okay.
wait,
Before you
because if you give-
continue, I would like to say all of us probably have it in our head canon that Koresh is a hand talker, right? Talks with their hands and does all of this, right? Koresh is saying nothing. All you guys see is toward the lake. He's just like,
Az looks like she's disappointed with every decision she's ever made in her life up to this point.
Romanor,
okay.
Romanor's
I
gonna
think he
reach
kinda
out
just-
to Connor via the telepathy bond thing, and it's just gonna say, "Do you have banishment ready?"
Wait. They all have that
And we lost.
telepathic bond, right? So can Koresh hear this?
No.
no.
He kind of just watches them all
Okay.
and looks
So
a little head tilted at Koresh and his big arm gestures, and then says, "Oh well," and just keeps scritching like, your funeral.
okay.
But he would definitely say yes.
So understand, and so he's going now. Koresh is gonna look to both Raminor and Connor, and just like give them just the like the wink of a lifetime, like that shit-eating grin wink that just came off of the fucking face of some imp somewhere in the nine hells, and just like, all right, so any poor sucker that comes along here next, offer them that water, those fish, that bit to keep them on their way, and simply say nothing other than the Wavefinder has seen your suffering. Eat, drink, and go forth in your deeds. All I ask is that you tell them of me.
Don't
And I
forget the bread.
guarantee
Make him Jesus.
I guarantee you, some poor fucker is going to fall for it eventually. You will have a cult within the next fucking weeks. No,
And we lost.
even a joke.
Yeah,
I will come back. No, I'm here. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is doing all the dumb things, and I'm pretty sure it's because everybody in my house, including a bunch of my brother's friends, are on the Wi-Fi. So, what was the last thing you heard from me, just so I know?
You'll have a cult of followers within weeks.
Koresh made a
Thing you
god.
heard from me. Yeah, you'll have a cult within 5 weeks, and I will personally come back myself to check up on your progress. I want you to fucking make this. I want you to do this. Are you kidding me? Making a god, that's exactly what the fuck Traveler did. You ever heard of him, right?
I know, Traveler.
Exactly. And you are doing just as he did. All this is gonna be. And like you can see like the machinations in Koresh's brain turning. And then both Nor and Connor here, I swear to God, if you touch this one, I will fucking break your limbs myself.
I feel like we've lost sight of what we were originally doing at this point, and Koresh has simply gotten lost in the glory of creating a god.
All right.
Probably.
Oh my God, listen, man. This is exactly what his religion would dictate.
The Wayfinder looks at you and he says, I thank you, my friend. When you return, I will have many things for you.
Dumps him in gallons of water.
Romanor, after hearing if you touch him or if you touch this Fae, that he'll be harmed, he was just like, well, as long as he doesn't hurt anyone.
And we lost you, brother. You froze up.
Yeah, I know. I heard all of that though. I got the gist of it. So, and they are gonna look to Rona. Don't worry. I think this one's actually relatively harmless. More of a another traveler type situation where they just kind of want to elevate themselves to a higher status. It's fine. It's fine. And I have made sure that they can do it in a way that is not going to be detrimental to those around them. Trust me. I got a silver tongue. I can take care of this shite. And then they are going to go back out and speak with the Wayfinder and say, I thank you for your praise, as I will praise you when I come back next. And it's just going to turn to the rest of the group and say, well, I have solved our problem. We may now proceed.
And with that, we will take our break.
I don't think any of us are prepared for this.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait to come back here some part down the road of the campaign and find the Wayfinder with a fucking city around him.
All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a little bit longer. We're gonna come back in 15 minutes because now I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with the Wayfinder. I'll see y'all in a few minutes, guys.
We'll be back in 15. Later, guys.
Dear Lord.
At 20,
See you
everyone.
soon.
are back. Hi, everybody.
Hello. We had
Don't
to
mind,
decompress
don't mind
from,
us being
James'
moved around.
journey.
That's normal.
We had to decompress from all the
I
sadness,
shall create a god.
from all the wholesomeness, and then also the cult creation.
Mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to decompress from James's shenanigans. So, but we're here. We'll see if James created a god or not.
From now on, if there is ever somebody trying to attain godhood, I will actually just do this shit and become the godly
As
PR
is
guy.
going to just drag you away from now on. You can't just be walking around creating deities.
That's true. But it could come back to serve you guys well if it works out.
Is it my turn?
That is hopeful.
Is it my turn?
Spiel time.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm your friendly neighborhood social talk person for after our breaks. If you didn't know that before, hi. If you knew that, y'all get to deal with me every week. Congratulations. So first thing I want to do, because I also had to do it again today, is if you are subscribed to us on Twitch via Amazon Prime and Prime Gaming, you're gonna want to renew those subscriptions because that's cool. And if you have Amazon Prime and are registered to Prime Gaming, you should subscribe to us because that would be really, really cool. Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. Also, we have other forms of social media. You can find them all on our link tree, and our link tree is here on our Twitch page. You can see everything we have. We have a Discord server. We'd love you guys to join if you're not already there. We've got an Instagram, we've got TikTok, we have YouTube where our past episodes go up. And we have a Patreon with different levels of patronage. And all funding that we get is going to go towards getting us better equipment to do stream at a better quality for you guys, you know, because that's what we love doing. We like streaming. We like creating this chaos for all of you. And we just want to do that better. So if you want to be up to date with the things that we're doing first, you know, before anyone else gets to hear it, join our Discord and our TikTok and our other socials and hear about what's going on before you have to wait an entire week to Sunday to hear what's going on.
An entire week to Sunday.
Too long, man.
It's true. If you guys were a part of our actual D&D crew, you know how many times I send out to everyone, hey, should we put this on the Discord now? Hey, can I put this on the Discord now? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it's like a near daily thing for that, really.
hey, listen, we've got a lot of great things in the works, you know? I think we've all been working pretty hard for just a lot of different things, and we're trying to figure it out. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun as long as, you know, as long as people keep following around. So, hey, again, we got something in the background working out. Now there's two things kind of in the background we're working out. I'll wait to announce them until some things get into stone. But until then, just know that we've got two big announcements coming up. So I'm excited for that.
And out here, it's tough to be a god.
All right. So no, you guys just got off of watching Koresh. What?
Become a god.
Yep, you guys just watched Koresh help someone hopefully gain some followers and become a deity. And now you guys are further on your way to Thumor. As you guys continue your journey, you guys find that you get to a mountain pass and the bridge actually kind of goes nearly vertical towards what would seem like the summit of a mountain. And as you look, you can see that it passes over chasms and caverns, and you can see that this bridge is leading into the depths of the city that is surrounded on all sides by peak mountains. What do you guys do?
Well, this looks promising.
Do any of these mountains look like the one that I saw from the feathered? Well, I mean, this ain't the place yet.
Well, guess we head in, see what's going on, and go from there. Hopefully, we don't need to beat up anybody yet.
Okay.
That last part was just kind of like
Hope
said like
not.
under his breath and was really rhetorical.
As you guys
Wow.
walk up this mountain pass and you get closer and closer to the city, you start to see flags with a sigil on them. And then as you get closer, you can see giant double doors, what seem to be made out of complete stone. And when these stone doors are closed, it makes a sigil with a serpent with two wings on the sides of it. And you can see two guards standing on either side of the door. The door stands about 30 feet high, and you can see it's about, I would say, 2 or 3 feet thick, 2 or 3 feet thick of stone.
Jesus Christ, are they trying to barricade a fucking dragon?
Huh. Who knows? Maybe. And then Connor's just gonna kind of nudge Koresh forward because definitely not the most charismatic. He's gonna let him deal with the guards.
Right. I mean, if I can deal with a would-be god, I can deal with a couple of mortal men. And Koresh is gonna walk up.
And
to
here you,
Brian,
Riley.
And
Ramanor walks up with him.
yeah, Koresh is gonna walk up, and they are gonna wait until they are at rest. Like, you know, because there's always motherfuckers going, "Halt! Fucking don't go in."
These guards actually, they look at you and they says, what is it? What do you want?
Are we allowed to go in?
They look at you for a couple of seconds, and they look Ramanor up and down, particularly. It's like, you're quite big. What is it you want to do here?
Got a mission to find some phoenix feathers.
They kind of look at you and they laugh, and they're like, phoenix feathers? No one's seen a phoenix in almost a millennium. You and your friends can go in. There's a psych ward near the edge of town.
Oh my god. Okay.
And the doors kind of swing open.
That's some disrespect right there. That's what that is. Koresh, how many of them are there right now?
Just two. You were talking to a male guard, and there's a female guard. As you guys start to go past the female guard, when the doors open, you can see her eyes kind of widen, and she just kind of mouths, "I'm sorry."
Okay, cool. Then I want a 18 wisdom save, please.
On who?
On the male guard that has a big mouth.
Okay.
Ramanor just nods and mouths it's okay to the female guard.
Koresh is gonna go into the female guard's mind. Don't worry.
He
This
fails.
is cool. Don't worry. This is temporary, and I'm only doing it to teach him a lesson about assuming things. And the guard is now a chicken because I have cast a polymorph.
He's now a what?
He's now a chicken. It's temporary. It's
The female
temporary.
guard steps up and she says, she's like, "It's the law." And she looks at you, Cora. She says, "You're under arrest for casting a spell against the member of the garrison." And she pulls out a set of handcuffs.
Slaps
starts
him
to try and
upside
handcuff
the
you.
head. As slaps them upside the head before she summons her sudden blade into hand and stares at this chick.
All right.
Ramanor casts dispel magic on the chicken and faces the man. Kind of looks back to the woman, is just kind of gives an apologetic look, and then looks back to the man.
The woman says, "I still have to arrest him."
I would just walk
By all
up-
means, take me away.
I would just walk up at this point and be like, "You definitely don't want to do that. You don't.
Just take me. Go ahead.
Don't."
No, absolutely. I go willingly and freely of my own accord.
She clips the handcuffs around your wrists, and then grabs the chain and starts to lead you further into the city, while the man is just sitting there, kind of shaking.
And then, you know what? Today, Koresh decided to be a shit. I am then going to cast dimension door. And
Um,
I'm going to tell
you've been led into the doors of the city. Your spell does not work.
What? Oh, shit-eating educators.
Ramanor will look to the man. That's why you're not rude to people you don't know? Not saying I wouldn't, or that I would do that. I'm sorry that he did. But I advise maybe just kind of being a little bit kinder next time
He looks
to
at you,
people
he
you
says,
don't know.
You're right. You're right.
All right. And he
Connor
tosses
would have
the
just
ball.
been like behind Koresh, be like, really?
Connor, give me an Arcana check. You would have seen Koresh try to cast Dimension Door.
And then you see the loud swarm of obscenities. Fuck, shit,
Dirty 20.
damn it.
Dirty 20. You know that once you get past the walls of the city of Fumor, you're in a I want to say what, a 7 by 7 mile radius of dead magic.
So the city is practically an anti-magic field. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Son of a fuck.
Yeah, Connor was just looking and be like, yeah, no, I can't even help you. There's nothing any of us could really do at this point, magic-wise. We're just gonna deal and try to get you out as a normal
Okay.
person would.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do instead, and this is going to fail. I know this is going to fail. Would you allow me to pull y'all remember that meme of the dude being cuffed by the cops and he just kept yelling, I can break these cuffs, and kept trying to break said cuffs?
I mean, I'll let you give me a strength check. Yeah.
Okay, I'm also gonna bardically inspire myself. Just be like, come on. Strength or athletics?
Strength. What do you mean athletics? Strength. What?
Damn it. Okay,
Man.
so that's. Okay, so that's 11. What's my bardic inspiration die? Hold on.
And as just
It's a
cut.
D10. It's a
thing.
D10 now. Okay, come on, buddy. That's a 17?
Oh wow! You just got it. You pull the cuffs down onto your body and you break them. Now you have two silver bracelets on, and the woman is just looking like, you can tell by the look of this woman's face that today is her first day. She's just like, she's like, it's an eventful day. She doesn't necessarily want to be a part of the town guard, but like, it's a living, you know?
Connor's gonna walk up to her, put his hand on her shoulder very lightly. I'm so sorry that it had to be us that you deal with today.
You can see that there are tears welling up in her eyes. She can't be older than 19 or 20.
As is going to pat the other shoulder and flick her a gold coin and just pretend it didn't happen.
And she's like, but protocol says that I should blow the...
Screw protocol. Protocol hardly help anyone.
You think protocol is what he said back there? Because I don't think that's protocol.
I planned on reporting him.
Listen, last, I understand.
You can
that I'm
see
a-
He's an
you-
asshole, and I wouldn't blame you, but we need him.
Your feet go across her face, and she just walks off.
Yeah.
And Ramanor walks up to Koresh and grips his shoulder with just a little bit too much pressure. Like a parent scolding their child. Like they just apply just the smallest amount of discomfort. He's just
What's your unarmed strike?
my strength.
What's your unarmed strike?
That's a 4 damage.
Yeah, you take 4 damage, Koresh.
Well, he's not dealing damage. It's just enough pressure to be like, ow, that hurts. Okay, stop.
So am I still taking this 4 damage?
Nah, you're fine.
Okay.
And he's just, how about we don't make the guards of a city that literally makes us not able to use magic pissed off? Because you can't pretty much do anything without your magic.
Fine. Shouldn't have fucking told me to go to the insane asylum not once.
Yeah, he learned his lesson, but now you get to learn yours.
Oh no. Courage just kind of like shrinks a little bit, and using the last ability to shapeshift for the day because I only have. Well, actually, no, that would have been. It's been a couple of days, yeah.
About a day.
Okay, so they would have all 3 now, and it's just going to turn into a tiny ass fairy and just kind of like shrink all the way down.
Leaky like privately wonders if all magic can't be used within the walls, and if he can shapeshift, does her fairy magic still work then? Can she get bigger? Also, when did he get smaller like that? Is that allowed? And she's just like, her brain has
I would say
completely gone
racial
off.
traits can still be a thing.
Yeah,
Racial traits.
and her brain is completely off on a tangent of what is considered innate to your race and what is actually a class feature, and she's just like mind-bogglingly trying to work that out.
That's fair. All right, so you guys have traumatized a young woman with her first day on the job, and you guys are now in the city of Fillmore. You can see that this is a giant castle city, basically. Everyone walking around seems to be some type of high class, and they're all kind of looking at you. And then, as you guys notice that you're catching stares, they all turn away and keep and go on about their day. You
Brondor
look
does
deeper.
not care.
Yep. You look deeper into the city, and you can see that there is a large castle that's made out of what looks like oxidizing copper. So it's looking kind of green, kind of a copperish terracotta color. And you can see that these houses are packed in close to each other with flat roofs. And as you guys scan the horizon, you can see that there are children running and jumping from roof to roof. What do you guys want to do?
A question. At this point, what point in the day are we at? Are we like, we traveled the whole day and we're here?
You traveled a day and a half, so I would say it's about golden hour.
So we're going to have to sleep in the city. Perfect for the punishment that Koresh has.
We're looking for information, correct?
Yeah. Because we need to find.
I
a
need
way.
to know where the nearest mercenaries are via my background feature as a mercenary veteran.
Yeah. You look
Where
around.
are my criminals?
You look around and you can, as you notice that there are markings around the walls of the buildings that are similar to the marking that is tattooed on you. And you immediately recognize that this is leading you to the underground mercenary sect.
Ooh. Remind me exactly what we're looking for again.
Well, I mean, the feather did kind of point us in the direction of the crags, but something. And this is not, in fact, the crags right now, right? We are in.
So you are not in the crags. You are in between the gnarled woods and the crags.
I quite honestly, lass, I don't think we're gonna find much of it here. I mean, we were given a straight clue of where to go.
Yeah, but and
What
this
do
is
we
where
know,
Connor's
and what do we need to know?
Connor's good
Something
memory
like-
comes into play. There's supposed to be a path between Fillmore and the crags.
That's true.
So therefore, if we can find out from the locals where said path is, it'll make traveling towards the crags a lot easier instead of us climbing up and down mountains for the next couple of months, possibly.
good. And she kind of like, and then starts walking towards deeper into that mercenary district.
Okay. Does anybody want to follow Az, or you just gonna let her go?
Or Asher's gonna like fairy buzz up to the shoulder and just kind of like sit there.
I mean, well,
Ramanor
if she
will
already
not
has a
fit it.
fairy companion.
Okay, as you go through corner after corner, left, right turn, and then you hit a wall. This wall has a ladder on it, and halfway up the wall, you can see that same symbol right behind that ladder. What do you do?
Climb the ladder.
All right, you climb up the ladder and you start to feel something. Give me an investigation check.
27.
27. Okay. Jesus Christ. You feel a vibration coming from the wall, and as you're listening and thinking, you can see that there's kind of markings on the brick on this wall that seems like it can kind of open or close. And then as you notice that, the wall starts to turn from one side to the next. And as the wall turns and opens up, you can see that there is a tavern inside with people who seem to be a lot like you, like-minded.
People. Cool. She'll get off the ladder on the floor of the tavern.
Yep. You let go of the ladder and you are immediately on the floor of the tavern.
Cool. Kind of dust herself off. And quietly to the tiny Koresh on her shoulder. I want you to keep your mouth shut. Right?
Okay, so as is kind of slinking around this tavern, what's everyone else doing?
Connor would end up looking towards Ramanor and Heliki and just like, so we could always stop by the temples, see if there's any more gear we could possibly acquire. Since we now have a small friend with us who actually has not much, maybe part of their gear total.
One wacky stick.
I want to get you a better wacky stick. So we should definitely look into getting another wacky stick for Heliki.
And she kind of she holds up her very tiny branch that has all of its pretty cherry blossoms because it shrinks and grows with her. And she's like, how do you get a better wacky stick than this?
You'd be surprised. Sometimes you can find a better wacky stick, or you can find one that's a lot sharper and will definitely poke more holes into people.
Give me an Arcana check on that stick, Connor.
Okay.
Didn't Connor go grab that from Bunny Lady?
I did.
Rabbit Lady?
I did get it from her.
You
So
told me that it was a magical item?
Yeah, with advantage.
That's a 24.
Okay, Heliki, can you remind Connor of what that stick is?
Mm-hmm. So that is a stick of ironwood. It is living and breathing. It's a stick of the woodlands, so it also is her. It's also part of her arcane focus, but it also allows her to cast specific druidic spells, like conjure woodland beings, like call lightning, things
Never
like
mind.
that.
Never mind.
Stick on the ground, and now I'm going to use it. All the power that I found, gonna totally use it.
So if her wacky stick gets taken from her, she can't do certain things. It makes life very difficult for her. So that's why she was genuinely curious about replacing or upgrading her wacky stick, because she can't use metal, being a druid.
He was not going to get her a metal stick. He was actually going to get her a wooden stick. That's the first part. Secondly, he would definitely look for a spare. Something that would at least help her still continue to use her magic, but not to the same degree.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, as you guys are talking about this, a human man walks by and he says, magical items aren't for sale in the city. You'd have to go to the Citadel.
And that would be the very large castle in the back end of the city, I take it?
He nods and he keeps going.
Okay. And with that,
This
Connor
city
will
very
look.
much doesn't like magic.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Connor realizes one very, very important aspect to everything. The amulet and the setting stones don't work, do they?
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean Katai isn't here because he's a familiar?
Katai is not here, no. Katai does not exist in this city.
Something I
And
heard
cannot
about
exist.
magical weapons.
But
Does that mean our magical weapons don't work?
Magical weapons don't work. Only
Mundane
racial
weapons will
trait.
be fine.
What about divine magic, such as a smite?
I would say that works, yeah.
Does
Divine
that
magics
how
work, everything else
dare.
does not.
Pays to be a paladin.
so druidic magic wouldn't work either then? Natural
Nope.
magic that comes from the ground?
Nope.
Okay, so basically our only two spellcasters that we have are Aminor and Connor, because divine magics.
Yes.
Fuck!
Good thing I'm Marshall.
I'm no
I am
Marshall.
fucked!
Me too.
I'm part marshal.
Anyways,
So, should we go to Citadel then?
We should, but we'd have a problem. I have no way of letting them know where we are afterwards.
I mean, she walked off. If she gets lost, it's kind of her fault.
Yeah, but you know for a fact that it's gonna bite us in the ass afterwards because we're going to need her and we won't know where to find her.
I understand that.
So
Um,
you will need as
see.
often then.
What should we do here?
Does she have to hold your hand for every step of everything?
Listen, first of all, I am the meat shield of the
Like,
group.
how do you guys live? Like, let the woman go and do the thing she's trying to do. You guys are grown men. How can you not make a choice?
Okay, at this point is where Connor actually looks to Heliki and just be like, listen.
as in the tavern, there's a disturbance in the force. Someone supports my superiority as a woman in this group.
We are not saying that she cannot do what she needs to do.
For some reason, I feel closer to the fairy.
The fact of the matter is, we actually do want to keep around together to make sure that we all survive. Ever since we have met, we have come to realize that I am the meat shield of the group, even though I shouldn't be, and yet she is the badass of the group. The meat shield
Honestly,
cannot do
Ramen
much
is the
without the
badass of the group.
badass.
Honestly, Raminor is the badass of the group. Let's be honest
out
here.
here
Yeah.
stealing my
Haliki still does not understand this group dynamic at all. She's like,
Yeah.
are you guys grown-ups? Or is Azby's mama? Because, like, she literally just walked off and trusted that you guys could take care of yourselves. And here you are debating whether or not you should shatter her. So she's gonna go and fly off towards the temple because she's a grown-up. She's like,
I did not
"Oh,
expect Heliki to be so spicy.
Bye.
She's like, Koresh didn't stop to ask any of you for your opinions as to whether or not he was staying or going. As didn't ask anyone for their opinions as to whether or not they were coming or going. So clearly we work in a group dynamic where people don't have to ask permission. Why are you standing around debating asking permission? Just go do
I
the
really
thing.
think Heliki's going to be good for this group.
think so, too.
All right,
You guys are
Connor,
going to learn
Citadel.
how. You guys are going to learn how to do
Citadel.
things
Let's
without
just-
talking
let's just-
about it.
Go do the thing.
Raminor and Connor over here, like, catch a commercial break. This is too hot.
Connor and Roman are just gonna head over to the Citadel at this point. Just gonna go straight there. We're not gonna pass go. We're not gonna click on the dot. We're just gonna continue.
Burned.
All right, so you guys start walking towards the center streets, and you guys can see that there are booths and stands everywhere. There are some buildings you can smell some amazing smells coming out of them. Some are diners, some are bakeries, some are what would be the equivalent of like five-star restaurants. And as you get closer to the Citadel, you can see that crowds begin to thin further and further as people towards the Citadel become less. It just becomes less populous. But the people you do see seem to be more and more of odd shapes and sizes. You finally see someone who's not a human. You find a tiefling living on the edge of the Citadel. And as you walk into what would be the court of the Citadel, I will need everyone to give me an Arcana check.
So, Connor and Ramen.
Connor, Ramen, or Heliki, yep.
Yeah.
Heliki
She went
left,
to the
didn't she?
temples.
Oh,
The temple
hmm.
close to the Citadel, so she's kind of still with you. But she
That's
just
an
went
11.
18.
living her life.
18.
That do be a 12.
Okay, Connor, you recognize that you feel like you have access to your spells again.
Huh. Well, divine magic works. And
So I think we're in a pro magic
Riley.
field.
Maybe there's something else to this place that we don't know about.
We've entered a pro magic field instead of an anti magic field.
There is a pro magic field inside of the anti magic field.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So you walk into the courtyard of the Citadel. You can see that there's almost kind of a weird demarcation line. The stone seems to be a little bit brighter. The place seems to be more open. You find people of all shapes and sizes. You find wizards, you find warlocks, people just kind of walking around. And you can see that there are tons of magical things being sold, many people bartering for swords, armor, and things of that nature. And as you look deeper in, you can see that there are two just as large stone doors in the center of all of this hustle and bustle.
Connor, we're just kind of like leaning over towards Ramanor. I think that's where we need to go to check to see if there's any gear.
Guards?
No guards.
Ramen will just stroll up and push the door open if no one's guarding it.
In this circle of magic that happens, are there animals, creatures, familiars?
You see familiars. You don't see any like live animals per se.
Can Hailiki chat to a few of them, being tiny, and just try and get the general gossip of the area?
Yeah, sure. So you walk up to a wolf familiar. What do you want to ask?
She just wants to know about the town and why they're so anti-magic. Like, what happened here to make it so very obvious that they hate magic so much.
He looks at you and he's like, something about a dragon. And he just turns his head.
I fucking called it.
Yep.
Ramanor, as you go to push these doors seem to be locked.
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's Ramanor.
The door kind of creaks open, and you see a human man saying, "Take a ticket," and the doors close again.
Is there a place to take a ticket? Am I at the DMV?
It's CBMB.
You see a
This is the
ticket
dungeon.
appear in your hand.
This is the dungeon.
Number?
And then it doesn't have a number. It has a wait time. It says 2 days.
Oh, Hailiki wants a ticket too, just because Romano has one. So she's gonna fly over and knock on the door and just be like, "Excuse me, I'd like a ticket, please."
A ticket appears in your hand and it says wait time and it says 3 days.
Oh, how How come you got a shorter daytime than me? Is it because you're famous?
Probably because I went first.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Ramanor, you see on your ticket that it has your name already on it. It just says Ramanor. And it has slots to add more names if you wanted to add people to your time.
Were you wanting to wait here for 2 days?
Well,
I mean, I want to know what's in there. I like going places where they say don't go there. So
All right,
I could go into a
back
very
to
small amount.
Az and Koresh.
Az is going to walk up to the bar first, because if you don't go into a mercenary tavern and get a drink, something's wrong with you. So she's gonna go up. She's gonna get herself a drink. First.
Okay. You see a large burly woman. She says, "Hey, what do you want?"
Whatever your best beer is, and I can pay.
Said, "Beer? What are you, a child?" And she kind of pours you a beer out of a barrel and just kind of slides it to you.
Child, I need a little bit of my wits about me today, if you know what I mean.
What is it you want?
Information. And I've found that bartenders tend to have quite a lot of that. And she slides over like a bit of money for the drink, and then slides over like 3 gold pieces to the woman, just for her.
Okay. Well, what do you want to know? Do you want to know about the city? What we do here? It seems like you know what we do here.
I need to know a bit outside mountains specifically. If you don't know, can you point me in the direction of someone who does?
The mountain pass. Are you talking about the crags?
I need to get to the crags. I have business there.
They're known to be frost giants about that way.
Can deal with giants. I've dealt with worse.
Tiny Koresh just standing on the shoulder and like making a stomping motion, just like being shit.
She says, "Well, I think I'm a bit tapped out of information, if you know what I mean."
Do you know someone who might have more information?
There's rumor of someone who knows all, but they seem to be far beneath the city. Lots of people try to go there, but you have to go through a lot of things.
Things like...
How about you find out? She gives you a little smile.
Well, how do I get to the start?
What you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Said, how do I get to the start?
She points towards the center of the city, which is the Citadel.
Thank you. And then she just knocks back the beer, because she paid for that shit, so she go and drink it. Knock back the beer, and then goes to the ladder, assuming that it's the way out.
Yep. Okay, cool. So you hear wheels and cogs start to creak again and steam start to pour out, and the ladder turns back and you're back out in the alleyways. You look around and you can see that there's this giant building made of aging copper, and you notice that to be the Citadel.
She starts walking, but as she does, she kind of like, and like talking to Koresh, just feel dirty. Usually when I walk out of something like that, either money in my hand, or I'm on my way to something that's actually going to make me money. Or
Is it just me, or did the bartender seem like a bitch?
she looks down at them and goes, if you weren't as big as my thumb, I would hit you right now.
Listen,
Okay, so you guys get up.
I call
to
it
the
like I
ci-
see it.
You guys get up to the Citadel, and Connor, you can hear Az's thoughts again.
as he hears that, he just tells Ramanor, apparently they have to come here too. Let's put our name on the ticket. Let's.
Don't sneak in because it's as.
How like Hyliki's already trying to work out if she can wild shape into a spider to get under the door.
That's a 30
Alright.
still.
Koresh is going to do the same, just to like try and like press against like the shoulder pad or some shit. That is
You're not
a.
gonna be able to get into that door.
That's a nat 20 for 30.
You ain't
Alright.
seeing either of us.
But Hyliki has that faith thing that lets her slip under doors. So if that's a possibility, she would use.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. If you can slip on the doors, go for it.
Yeah.
You.
Kaliki has one of the stones, right?
No.
I don't know. Did you give her a stone?
No, he didn't. Kaliki slips under the door, and you find steps. The problem with these steps is that they seem a little weird. They seem to simultaneously go up and down. And
No.
kind of discombobulating when you look at them.
Okay, so her first thought is to try and wild shape into a spider. Therefore, if it's an illusion that's just affecting her because she's humanoid, being a spider will mean she won't see it. And she'll have blind.
Okay. You're blind. You have blind sight, you said? Okay.
Blind sight as a spider, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, how far is your blind sight?
I think as a spider it's 30 feet.
Okay, cool. So your blind sight, you can tell that when you look, you can still see that illusion, but you can tell that the floor actually goes forward about 20 feet, and it is a complete drop off into nothing.
Cool. So as a tiny spider, she's gonna try and stick to the ceiling to get over the drop off.
Okay, you can stick to the ceiling. How far is your dark vision? If you have it.
I don't know because she is a spider. Let me just look up spiders real quick.
Spider stats.
Still
Go.
working.
All right. Do. I can see. "30 feet in the dark."
30 feet. Okay, cool. You see 30 feet down, and it is still going past what you can see.
Okay. So she's gonna keep going.
Yep, and then a face comes out of the stone and looks at you. Looks like to be a small, old elven man. He says, "Wait your turn," and then you immediately show up in front of Connor.
She's gonna like grin as she pops back into tiny existence outside and be like, "That was cool."
Connor's gonna look down and be like, what the hell?
Well, so I got really, really, really tiny, and then the stairs were like this, and then they were like this, and then I thought if I turn into something else, maybe the stairs will make sense, and I was right because the stairs totally made sense once I turned into something else, and then it wasn't stairs at all, but it was just a big hole in the ground, so I climbed on the ceiling so that I could get over the hole in the ground, but then the creepy dude came out with his big face and told me to wait my turn, and now I'm here. So I think you have to wait your turn.
As you guys say that, the doors kick open, and you see a large Goliath man carrying a partner of his that seems to be an elven woman that seems to be breathing but badly hurt. And you can see the Goliath has a tear going down his eye. And he says, "That I'll never do again." And that's what will end today's session.
Oh dear
What the
God.
fuck?
What happened to him? I have questions.
Oh, sir, what?
Couldn't start.
Sir, come again? I need
like I had things to say to do, but I can't now say things to say to do because
Also,
Why you gotta do
Ford.
this to us, Ford?
For why? For what purpose?
Would you say, Riley?
Koresh still has his punishment to pay.
Oh.
Motherfucker, I will hide from you for all of time. if
Why
I-
does what punishment does Koresh have to pay?
It's not really a punishment in totality. It's not going to do anything to him, but for casting magic on a city guard on a city that is clearly prepared to defend a goddamn dragon, Koresh is going to have to stay outside of the citadel for an entire day. No magic.
Koresh is on Az's shoulder and she sneaked inside.
Sorry, how are you gonna stop me from leaving or moving?
If he can, he's going to get him outside the citadel.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here.
He's like the parent.
Follow
of
us at all of our socials. We are Twisted Perceptions everywhere. I love leaving them on cliffhangers, things that make them ready and excited for the next week. And as we do it, I don't know if you know, I've been in quarantine for the past week, so I have literally been dungeon mastering everything. It's great. Love it.
You may have been dungeon mastering everything. You just weren't prepared for Koresh to decide to go and attempt to make a god and start.
You
a
know, that is the beauty of D&D. I am not in control. My job is to let you build the world you want. And then whatever fucking consequences I think make sense, you know?
See, Koresh will go there every so often, and if this dude gets powerful enough, he will certainly just switch his religion. He will not give a shit. They will just do whatever.
Well, thank you all for being here. I'm not looking at chat, so I can't see if you guys are happy with how I ended today's episode. But
Everyone's upset you cut it off on a cliffhanger.
No, literally, I just got a message from my mom who's been watching the entire time, and she's like, "Excuse me?"
Ben says your job is, in a word, fuck around and find out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope I'm doing a good job for our listeners and our players enjoying the story. And yeah, fuck around and find out next week.
I know we're going to.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit like in anguish and worry and
Tune
And
in
Koresh
next
is gonna
Monday.
sit there wondering what the fuck Raminor has planned, hiding behind Az.
that too. And I guess we'll find out what happens next week
That,
when
that 30 stealth might come in handy.
it might.
Oh, you don't know anything. He just said you'll learn your lesson.
Yeah, but it's from Raminor, and he said it in a very scary tone, which is not like Raminor, so he's going to hide. They're just gonna disappear into the ether.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys want to hear them talk about what's going on between their characters, hop into our Discord, and you'll be able to hear us talk about it. I won't be on, but I'm sure a few of them will be. So,
Yeah.
I'll be on. Absolutely.
Later, guys.
Take care. It was good hearing from all y'all. Coming back into the crazy.